Hi everyone. So in this video we are going to talk about the possible upgrades for late 2014 and mid 2015 27-inch iMacs. It's a model identifier iMac15,1. We will take a look at what the configuration is from the factory, what hard drives or SSDs were installed, what the RAM memory configuration is, and how this can be upgraded, and what would be the best to upgrade it with. So at the start of this video, I just want to say that this video will not show you how to do this. This video is about to exploring the upgrades, the options. So say you have hard drive, you want to upgrade the hard drive to SSD because it's slow, or you want to add more memory and you don't know what is compatible. So this is what this video is about. So now let's go to landing page for this iMac. So it is this late 2014, mid 2015 iMac 15,1. So that's a Retina 5K. It's a 27-inch. As always, firstly, whenever you want to upgrade your iMac or any Mac, you firstly want to find out the model identifier. How to do it is explained here. You go to left-hand side upper corner on your Mac. You click about this Mac. Then Windows appear. You click more info, and from there you go to system report, and you will see the hardware overview. And a second from the top is model identifier. This is good to know because as long as you know the model identifier and you go to some website like ours, you should be able to find compatible upgrade for this particular model. Also, the A number, INMC numbers is good to know. It's like a second check, I would say, just to confirm. So you can find these numbers on the bottom of the leg of your iMac. Now, so this iMac, according to Apple, come from the configuration from the factory would be either 1 terabyte hard drive, which is the standard mechanical hard drive, or was a configurable. What they mean is that when you were buying from Apple website, you had the option to configure it up to 3 terabyte hard drive, or 1 terabyte or 3 terabyte Fusion drive, or you could choose the flash storage SSD. So if you configure to 3 terabyte hard drive, that means that instead of 1 terabyte, you have a 3 terabyte hard drive. And if you opted for the Fusion, that means that you will have the hard drive and also you have the flash SSD. And I show you how this look like. So on these videos, so you can just know. So this is the hard drive. If you only have a hard drive configuration, you have this hard drive only. If you when you choose, if your Mac is Fusion, then you have this hard drive, and you also have a flash PCIe SSD on this iMac. This is ORX2, but obviously you would have the Apple one on your iMac. So that's what the Fusion is the combination of hard drive and a flash storage to basically speed up your hard drive. The standard hard drive like this would be, depends on the brand and rotation, it will be between 80 to 150 megabytes per second. But when the Apple, it's a software, it's more like the software solution of Apple when they fuse the hard drive with SSD. And then when you have a Fusion, you would do the speed test. I think it will more likely get around 500 to 550 megabytes per second. So that's a significantly speed up your storage on the iMac. So that's the Fusion. If you chose the flash storage only, then you will not have the hard drive. That will be empty. The bay still will be there, I believe, but there will be no hard drive, and the iMac only will come with the flash storage. This is also according to every Mac website. When we go to the storage, you can see that at the time of purchase, the Apple offered the 3. That's what we already seen. So the 3 terabyte Fusion would be combination of the 3 terabyte hard drive and 128 gigabyte flash SSD, or the 1 terabyte Fusion drive. And yeah, so that's what we already said. And it has, so the storage interface is a 3.5 inch, so that's for the hard drive bay, and then the proprietary, which is 12 plus 16 pin connector. It's this PCIe SSD. That connector, what you can also find it called 12 plus 16 pin connector. So this model has a SATA connector for 3.5 hard drive, as well as a proprietary PCIe connector for the SSD. So that's the 12 plus 16 pin connector. If the SSD is not installed at the time of purchase, means that if you bought the Mac only with the hard drive, the PCIe slot for the possible future upgrade by the flash drive is still there. So the connector is still there, and later professional or self installation is possible. So that's about that. I will link all these videos, these installations videos on. This is also for the RAM as well. We will come to this. These OWC videos are very good, and I will add the links to the YouTube video description, because I recommend everybody to watch it. It's advanced upgrade, and you need to watch to see whether you can do it yourself, or maybe you decide to go to PC repair shop and ask them to do it for you. And especially the PCIe SSD installation is the major upgrade, because it's gone. You're going to disassemble the iMac almost completely. So watch this video in their entirety, because that you will really need to understand what everything is involved. So the memory upgrade is easy. We will come to that as well. But the hard drive and SSD is more advanced. So now, what we can what we offer on our website for this iMac. So if we want to change the hard drive for the SSD, then even if you have a Fusion, okay, as the Apple said, the Fusion, so which is the combination of hard drive and PCIe. Even if you have a Fusion, you can still change the hard drive for the 2.5 inch SSD. You can either keep your original flash, so like 128 gigabyte if you want, or you can also upgrade it to the bigger size, 256 gigabyte or 512 gigabyte or 1 tera or 2 tera. It depends on your budget and what storage, how much storage you need. Once you change hard drive for 2.5 inch SSD, and you also have a flash PCIe SSD, you no longer need to do Fusion. The Fusion is really meant only to fuse the flash storage with the hard drive. Once you have SSD here and SSD here, you just use them separately. You don't need to fuse them anymore. So when we go to our website and we choose the kit the swap HDD for SSD, we get onto these 5. In these 5 kits we have for this particular iMac. This one. So what you will get with your kit is let's do the OWC one, because they are the expert on this. So what you get with your kit, there will be everything you need to upgrade, to change a hard drive on this iMac will be included in this kit. So first of all, you get the resellable tapes to reattach iMac screen back after upgrade. You get the 3.5 to 2.5 inch adapter, into which you will install this SSD. You will install it here onto these connectors. This will just supplicate for the bigger size of the hard drive, so you can fit it into this bay. And so that's because the SSD is smaller than hard drive. So you install it here. you have your thermal sensor with the SATA connectors. All is explained in this video, how to connect it, how to connect it on the hard drive side, and also where to connect it onto the logic board. Everything is explained in the video. Then you get this plastic praying tool, screwdrivers needed, then cutting wheel, which you need to separate display from the chassis, and it will help you to cut these original resellable tapes, so you can actually take the display off. And these are the suction cups, which helps you to take display off. And then the anti-static cloth onto which you can set your iMac during installation, or set some parts of the iMac as you're going to disassemble it. So if we go part by part, so that's the SSD you get, that's the thermal sensor, this is the adapter drive, okay? So and everything else included. All these kits are compatible. Okay, this one is made with Crucial MX500 SSD. This one is made with Integral. Integral is a UK-based company. The SSDs are very good. This one is made with Transcend SSD. Transcend is a Taiwanese company, but they also have branches here in UK, and they're a very good company, good quality storage and memory from this. And of course, OWC, which many of you will already know. They are very famous in terms of Mac upgrades, and they do a really good job. Their SSDs are also one of the best on the market. So these four kits are more like price friendly, I would say. You know, they suit, in my opinion, they suit any budget, and it's only really up to you to choose whether you like a brand maybe, or you want to you believe that OWC is the best, so then go for OWC. If you already use the Transcend or you want to try, you can do Integral as well, and Crucial MX500. In these times, the economic hardship, don't hesitate to go for the cheapest version, because even the cheapest version is really good, and each of these SSDs has a 5 years warranty. So anything happens, we will offer you the replacement of the SSD, and also we will give you the resellable tapes, because you will have to detach the screen again, and you will need the tapes to attach it again. So not only SSD, but we will also provide you with the resellable tapes, so you can upgrade it again. Now, with the Mercury Extreme, this is the high-end kit, mostly designed for the professional people, like the film, video, picture, music, and all the professionals who need a more durable SSD, onto which you can write more terabyte per lifetime than perhaps for the others. It's made from 3D MLC flash, and it's very durable SSD, and it's a high end, what they call on the market. So if you really are professional, you do things professionally, like music, pictures, video, and you need most reliable SSD, this would be the kit for you to go for. It may be a bit more pricey, but if you are a business and you make this as an investment onto your business, then it makes sense to go for this one. You don't have to. All these kits are equally good, and even if you're professional, you can choose any of these. But just for that little extra peace of mind, you can maybe you think about this one and see what you think. Also, always don't forget to do backups. The SSDs are what they are, and then when they quit, they quit without warning, and unlike the standard hard drive. So it's harder to get data out of SSDs. It is possible, but it costs more money. So time machine backup would be the best to go. The reason I'm recommending time machine backup is that nowadays, majority of you would already have either Big Sur or or even Ventura, Monterey, Ventura, and unfortunately, since Big Sur, Apple prohibits to do the copies of the operating system to be bootable. So what it means that if you had the older operating system before Big Sur, say like Mojave or Catalina, you could use some third-party software to create a clone of your existing hard drive, exact copy of your hard drive. So what would software will clone it onto your new hard drive or new SSD, and then you just swap them over and you turn your Mac on, and it will boot. Your drive will be exactly the same as the old one. Since Big Sur and a new operating system, this is no longer possible. You can still create an exact copy, a mirror of your hard drive or SSD, but you will not be able to boot from it. Apple is making the bootable partition of their macOS on these operating systems proprietary. Means they don't allow anybody to mess with it. And the only really viable option would be to do time machine backup, which is, in my opinion, all right. You can do that. It's real time. If you have your external hard drive connected directly to your Mac all the times, or you use the network attached device, or you backing up to cloud, which is everybody on his choice. I would really recommend, especially when you do with valuable files, or you do with the client, or you do the project for the clients. The last thing you want is to lose this just because the SSD quits. So backup is important. That's on that. So now I don't want to keep this very much longer. Here is the manual of the app. I just want to say something about the storage cards as well. So this supports, this iMac supports storage SDX, I believe it is. Just a moment. SDXC. Yes. So I believe we have some SDXC cards from OWC. So there is Atlas from OWC, or we have some Integral. It's a mini. It's a mini, but micro. But you got adapter. So you just put this card into adapter and you slot it into your iMac and it will work. So that's the cards if you ever need any. And in terms of so now we go for the RAM memory. RAM memory. There is a back slot on 27 inches iMac, which you push in here. It opens for you, and the memory slots will populate, and you just change the memory, just pulling them out and then inserting in. Again, this video will be provided in the video description, and watch it to see how it's done. This iMac comes with 8 GB 1600 MHz DDR3 memory, and iMac has a 4 memory slots, so it means that the two will be occupied by 2x4 GB RAM, and there are 2 slots empty. So we have here computer memory for this iMac. One thing I want to tell you is this: you can use your existing memory and install the other memory only on the empty slots. There is no requirement that each memory needs to be the same. So this can save you a little bit of money, knowing that you can keep the 2x4 memory, which was already there, and you can install another 2x4 to get it up to 16, or you can install 2x8, and so you get it to 24. Okay, 16 plus 8 is 24, and only if you say, okay, I want to max it up, then you remove these 2 4 GB memory out of the slot and install the 4 8 GB instead to get it into 32, which is the maximum. So the size, you will go on a size here, and if you want to keep, as I said, if you want to keep your existing 2x4, you can buy another 2x4 and uninstall that, or you can still keep 2x4 and install the 2x8. Okay, it's still possible. Or remove the old memory and buy 2 of these, and you will have a memory at its maximum 32 GB. There are also external hard drives options. I will show you one more thing here. When you get into homepage of our website, or even if you click here, you get this memory upgrade tool. And if you click iMac, and you can click 2014 or 2015, it still gives you. Oh no, sorry. So we had this funded 2014 because it's mid 2014, late 2015. So the 15,1 iMac here, and it gives you everything what we have to be compatible with this iMac will be here. And what I want to mention here is the external storage. This iMac has a Thunderbolt 2 port. You have two Thunderbolt 2 ports, as you can see. So even if you don't, if you say to yourself, okay, I don't want to open a Mac, I'm afraid to do it, or even if you need more space on the go, these Jet Drive hard drives are specifically built for these Thunderbolt 2 equipped Macs, not only iMac, but MacBook Pro and MacBook Air with the Thunderbolt 2 ports. You see, you can use it externally by the connecting. You can make this even bootable. Okay, you can install operating system on this, and you can carry it with you. So say if you have the Mac OS on this, you have like whole Mac on this as well. You can create another copy of your drive, perhaps. And then you need to go onto some sites where there already are Macs. Then you can just use this drive to boot to any Mac with Thunderbolt 2 port. You just turn the Mac on, you hold the Option key, and it gets you the boot option screen. You choose you want to boot from this, and you just boot from it. So you have your Mac with you all the times. Anywhere you would go, and there would be available a Mac, even it doesn't have to be yours necessarily, is there. You can boot from this drive into it. And so this is also one of the consideration if you want external storage. This is the good way to increase your capacity as well. iMac is sitting on the table. It's not like you're taking it with you like MacBook Air or MacBook Pro. So it doesn't really matter if this is hanging from your Mac at the back, sitting on a table. So that's that. And there is also the enclosure here available. If you decide to change this original Apple flash for the bigger capacity, then you can use this enclosure and install the old SSD into it and have an additional storage. Or if there is perhaps some data you need to recover or you need to transfer, then you can have this enclosure as well and install this SSD in it and just transfer your data. And then you can still keep it as external. It's just additional storage. 120. If you have 128 gigabyte original flash drives, it gives you another 128 external storage. It's a USB connection. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 USB ports on your Mac. So this, I think this is all. This is all I wanted to talk about. This I don't want to keep it too much, more than 20 minutes. We're already 23:30. If you like the video or found it useful, please like it or leave a comment. If you have more questions about all this, then let me know. Oh, sorry. Before I finish, I only advise you I only show you these 2.5 inches hard drives, but of course we also have the kits to replace the PCI SSD. So we have these two kits. It's a one made with Aura, another made with the Flex LX300 SSD, which is our. Even though we already bought the kit with the suction cups and everything, if you want to change the PCI SSD, we recommend to buy the whole kit again, not just SSD, because there are screwdrivers which are not which you don't find in a kit with the 2.5 inch hard drives. And you also need this hex key as well here. So I recommend to go for the full kit as well. So if you decide to change also the PCI flash drive, you you go to our filters and search the kit to add, replace PCI SSD, and then you have these two kits to choose from. Okay, that gives you option to upgrade with the Aura. You have option to upgrade up to 2 terabytes of the storage, and with Flex it's up to 4 terabytes. So these are the kits. Again, the go for full kit, even though you have, at least you get some spare tapes and everything, and then tools will stay with you. You can use it sometimes in video or the iMac if you have any, or if you buy newer iMac, then you can still keep the tools, and if you need to open it, you don't have to buy them anymore. And there is a last thing I want to say with this. When you will be changing either hard drive for SSD or PCI SSD, so since you're taking off a screen, and then you need to use the resellable tapes to attach it back. Before you do that, use just a duct tape to tape your display temporarily onto the chassis, and turn your iMac on first, just to see that it boots and everything is operational. Because we had cases with customers who sealed the Mac, and then they just forgot some cable connect, or they didn't connect it properly and it was loose or something, and then the iMac didn't boot, so they had to cut the tapes and buy any new ones to be able to restore it again, and then open on a Mac, and then then use the video guide and went step by step, only to find out that, oh yes, there was this was missing, or this wasn't done. And so use the duct tape first, and if there is any loose cable or something, you can just untape it and fix it, and then should boot again. Now be aware that the SSD, they don't have operating system on it, so when you boot your iMac, it more likely will boot into a folder with a question mark on the screen, because there is no operating system to boot from. So maybe it will be better if you turn on your iMac, and immediately after you hear the chime, press Command, Option, and R keys, these three keys, to boot into internet recovery partition zone of your Mac. You will see the spinning globe. So that gives you indication that the things are working as well, but you can do it either way. It doesn't matter. You will have to boot the internet recovery anyway after you assemble back your iMac, because there is no operating system on a SSD, and you need to install it. So you need to boot into internet recovery, use this utility, format your SSD to APFS. Then there is another option on these partitions, is to install macOS. So you just click on that and follow on-screen instructions and install the macOS on your new SSD. So don't be surprised when the Mac starts and there is question mark with the folder. That's because there is no operating system to boot from. That's why your iMac will start with this question mark. So that's hope this helps. And again, as I said, there is more things to do. If you need any other information or anything, just get in touch. And I wish you all a good day, and see you on our next video. Have a good day, all of you. Bye.